The crowded highway service station fell completely silent when billionaire CEO Amelia Sterling stepped out of her silver Porsche and looked directly at the grease-covered mechanic standing beside an old pickup truck. The young woman smiled sarcastically. "Fix my Porsche and I'll marry you." Several customers laughed. Employees exchanged amused glances to them. It was just a joke. A rich CEO teasing a struggling mechanic, nothing more. But the moment the mechanic opened the hood and looked inside the engine compartment, the smile vanished from his face. His hands froze. His heart nearly stopped, because hidden beneath the polished machinery was something he never expected to see again, something connected to his late wife, something that should not have existed. And within the next few hours, both their lives would change forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness, second chances, and unexpected miracles still exist in this world, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to DRAMEX Story for more emotional stories that touch the heart. 3 years earlier, Ethan Brooks had lost everything. His wife Lily had died after a sudden illness. One moment she was laughing beside him. The next she was gone. The loss shattered him. For months he barely spoke, barely slept, barely functioned. The only reason he kept moving forward was their 7-year-old daughter, Sophie. Every morning she needed breakfast. Every afternoon she needed help with homework. Every night she needed a father. And Ethan refused to let grief take him away from her too, so he worked long hours, dirty hours, difficult hours, at a small roadside repair shop outside the city. Money was always tight, bills piled up. His clothes became worn. His truck grew older every year. But Sophie never complained. To her, her father was the strongest man in the world. Every evening she waited outside the garage for him. And every evening Ethan smiled no matter how exhausted he felt. Because seeing her smile made every sacrifice worth it. One bright Tuesday afternoon, luxury vehicles began arriving at the service station. A charity racing event was taking place nearby. Expensive cars lined the road, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Bentleys. And among them sat a stunning silver Porsche belonging to Amelia Sterling. At 38 years old, Amelia was one of the most successful technology CEOs in the country. She owned private jets, luxury homes, international businesses, everything money could buy, everything except happiness. Years of chasing success had left her isolated. The media admired her, investors respected her, but very few people truly knew her. As Amelia accelerated onto the highway after a business meeting, warning lights suddenly flashed across her dashboard. The engine sputtered. Power dropped instantly. Within seconds, the luxury sports car rolled to a stop near Ethan's repair shop. Frustrated, Amelia stepped out. She expected incompetence. She expected delays. She certainly didn't expect a quiet mechanic working under the hot afternoon sun. When Ethan approached, she barely looked at him. "Can you fix it?" "I'll take a look." She crossed her arms. "If you fix my Porsche, I'll marry you." Several nearby customers laughed. Amelia laughed too, but Ethan didn't. He simply opened the hood. Then everything changed. Because attached near the engine compartment was a small silver charm, a handmade angel pendant, the exact same design his wife Lily used to create years ago. His breathing stopped. Nobody else noticed. But Ethan recognized every tiny detail, the engraving, the craftsmanship, the initials hidden beneath the wings, LH Lily Hart, his late wife's initials. Impossible, absolutely impossible. His wife had made only 3 of those charms before she died. One belonged to him. One was buried with her, and the third had mysteriously disappeared years earlier. Ethan carefully removed the pendant and stared at it. Amelia immediately noticed the change in his expression. For the first time, she seemed concerned. "Is something wrong?" Ethan looked at her. "Where did you get this?" Amelia frowned. "Charm? Yes." She hesitated. "My mother gave it to me." Ethan felt the world shift beneath his feet. "What was your mother's name?" "Margaret Hart." Wrench slipped from Ethan's hand. Because Margaret Hart wasn't a stranger. She was Lily's biological mother, the woman who had abandoned her decades ago. The woman Lily spent her entire life searching for, the woman she never found until now. Amelia noticed the tears forming in Ethan's eyes. "What is happening?" For several seconds he couldn't speak. Then he finally whispered words that changed everything. "My wife spent 20 years looking for your mother." Amelia stared at him in confusion. Ethan reached into his wallet. Inside was an old photograph he carried every day. A picture of Lily holding baby Sophie. He handed it to Amelia. The CEO looked down, her face turned pale. The resemblance was undeniable, the same eyes, the same smile, the same facial features she saw every morning in the mirror. For a moment neither of them moved, neither of them breathed. Because they both realized the same thing. Lily wasn't just connected to Amelia's family, she was family. The sister Amelia never knew existed. And suddenly a broken Porsche became the least important thing in the world. The wealthy CEO who thought she had everything discovered she had been missing something priceless. A family, a sister, a niece, a connection that money could never buy. And standing before her was the only man who could help her find the answers she had never known she needed. The road that day had brought Amelia to a repair shop, but fate had brought her to her family, and neither of them would ever be the same again.